Hello everyone! Today we will discuss together the movie that made history, the movie that has broken a lot of records, aka Parasite. This movie is considered as the first not English movie to ever win Best Picture in the Academy Awards, along with other several awards. But the question is, what makes this movie so special? Some people even consider Parasite as the best movie of the decade. Does this movie deserve this title? Well, let's find out. Okay, so first of all, let's start with the plot. So basically, Parasite revolves around two families, the Kims and the Parks. The Kims are an extremely poor family, living in a shabby and crumpled half-basement apartment. As for the Parks, they are a wealthy family who for 4 years have lived in their modernistic house designed by a famous architect. In here, you can spot both differences and similarities for both families. Well, both families consist of four members each, a wife, husband, with two kids, a boy and a girl. However, their social status differs. The Kims are extremely poor, unlike the Parks, who are extremely rich. Anyways, through lying and faking their profiles and background, all the members of the Kim family have dug their way into the Parks house by becoming their personal housekeeper, driver, art therapist, and teacher. Furthermore, this movie is not only filled with action, comedy, suspense, and mystery, but it's also filled with hidden messages. Believe it or not, even the name of the movie has a double meaning. And I personally believe that all the hidden messages are what made the movie so special. Later on, we'll look further into these messages. For now, let's move on to learn some facts about Parasite. Okay, so first of all, it's a South Korean drama film directed by Bong Joon-ho and it was released in 2019. Parasite has premiered at the 2019 Cannes Film Festival, where it became the first South Korean film to win the Palme d'Or. It grossed over $260 million worldwide on a production budget of about $11 million, and that's how it became the highest grossing South Korean film. It has also won 4 Oscars: Best Picture, Best Director, Best Original Screenplay, and Best International Feature Film, which makes it the first non-English movie to ever win the Best Picture in the Academy Awards. Next, we have another fact, which is Parasite is considered as the first film since 1955's Marty and the third film overall to win both Palme d'Or and the Academy Award for Best Picture. It is also the first film not in English to win the Screen Actor Guild Awards for outstanding performances by a cast in a motion picture. Last but not least, this story was actually inspired by the director's real life. Back in college, Bong Joon-ho had worked as a math teacher for a really wealthy family. Even though he wasn't really good at math, but his girlfriend was the one who actually got him the job, thanks to her connections. And based on what Bong Joon-ho have said, he often found himself spying on the wealthy family. So here you can easily spot the similarities between the movie and his personal experience. Now, moving on to the most important question: what made Parasite win the Best Picture? It's no secret that Parasite has a brilliant and innovative script. I believe that the mesmerizing script, along with the powerful hidden messages and the acting skills, are what made the movie win Best Picture. So let's start with the most important hidden messages. For your information, every second and detail of the movie is filled with messages. Even the architecture of both houses have a message. However, I will only state the most important ones. Starting with the name of the movie, Parasite. The first thing that comes to your mind when you hear the movie name is the Kim's family, who dug their way into the wealthy family's house and have been relying on the parks for income, food, and shelter. However, the word parasite stands for both families, for the Kims who are trying to earn money by sticking and lying to the Parks, and the Parks who aren't capable of even driving themselves, let alone cook and or teach their children. So they are parasites in terms of labor. So in other words, both of the families are considered parasites. Next, we have the bitter truth, the difference between the poor and the rich. On the night of a terrible rainstorm, the Park family is disappointed that they have to cancel a camping trip for their son, while the Kims lose their home to the flood triggered by the storm. This is the most ironic but unfortunately truthful event that leaves an impression on all the viewers. Furthermore, we can easily see how the working class or the poor are actually fighting against each other. When the Kims found out that the husband of the previous housekeeper, who has been living in the basement for years, they didn't show any compassion nor empathy towards him. On the contrary, they locked him out and even got him killed at the end of the movie. So to sum up, both of the poor families only thought about their survivals. In other movies, we might have seen a different scenario where the two families might have worked together, but Parasite have showed us the ugly truth. However, the great scenario and acting might not only be the only reason that explains why Parasite has won the Best Picture. In a matter of fact, the Academy has been severely criticized over the years for being racist and discriminative. Therefore, some people actually believe that one of the main reasons that made Parasite win Best Picture is to kill the tension and prove to the world that they are not racist. And the content of the movie is what actually matters. But of course, this theory remains a theory since it hasn't been proven yet. Last but not least, I want to conclude with the fact that Parasite was literally one of the best movies that I've ever watched. However, there are numerous mind blowing movies which remain up until today underrated since they are not in English. And that's why I agree with what Bong Joon-ho have said in his Oscar speech. Once you overcome the 1 inch tall barrier of subtitles, you will be introduced to so many more amazing films. Thank you.